talk loud for a moment. We've got our PA system apparently is not on at the present moment. We have several bills at the top of our agenda that were identical or similar to Senate bill previously passed. There we go. There we go. And took a moment here.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that House Bill 2246, 2198, 1665, 2058 be reported to the block. They are identical to the Senate bills that we have.
Okay. Is there a second on that? Motion properly support that House Bill 2246, 2198, 1665, and 2058 be reported in the block. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, those bills are reported. Thank you all very much. All right, on our list, Delegate Knight.
Yes, sir. What I have is House Bill 1518. And what it does is, give you an example, if you have like an Apple Auto Parts and the automobile dealership puts in an order for brake pads and brake rotors, they don't charge tax on that, and that is charged to the end user. But if they also order brake fluid, WD-40, and shop rags, they're supposed to charge the tax then before it goes to the dealer. But then the dealer also typically charges the end user. What my bill does, that's a double taxation. What my bill does is just let everything that Napa Auto Parts sells is going to be used on the vehicles, be charged to the end user, so we only charge our citizens tax one time.
Okay. Yes.
I hope this wouldn't apply to the automobile dealer, because nobody goes to an automobile dealer and buys WD-40. You know that?
No, sir. It
So it would only apply to the auto parts store.
yes, sir.
Right.
Okay. Delegate Knight, as we reviewed our schedule for today, yours was the only one we viewed as maybe a little bit of complication. We weren't quite understanding exactly the impact. So this would not, expendable items, toilet paper and all that kind of thing would be.
No, sir. It's only stuff that is carried off typically with the vehicle, like you spray some WD-40 on there. When you go to pick up your car from the dealer that you had a brake job on, you've got a total that says shop supplies. It's being taxed when you pick up your car, but also the state tax department was telling the dealer they had to pay the tax on it, but also they got it from auto parts. So it's a double taxation. The tax department says they'll have to do a little bit of aligning, but it'll add clarity to the process that they like also.
Okay. We probably should hear from the tax department on this to see if we need to tweak the language or whether it's okay as written.
Mr. Chairman, Mark Haskins, Department of Taxation. The department's got a long-standing policy on shop supplies, the items that are not separately enumerated when you take out your car, that get lumped together, paper mat, the fluid, and those types of things. Back into the mid-1980s, where our policy is those items, you should pay tax to the supplier when you buy them, and the dealer should not charge tax on the bill to the final consumer. From what Delegate Knight we hear from the industry, however, there is confusion over that, and apparently the industry would like to change that policy, and that's what this bill would do, would change the policy. So instead of paying tax to the supplier on these items and not charging tax to the consumer, they would go ahead and buy these items tax exempt from the supplier and charge tax to the consumer. It's the will of the body if you want to change that policy. But apparently there's some confusion in the industry, and maybe not everybody's on board with what we think is the policy.
Okay. Now, if you, either Mark or Delegate Knight, if you buy a bulk quantity, you just WD-40, you just squirt some on the job, you're supposed to pass a portion of that tax on to.
Under this bill, a portion of that would be taxable going forward if this bill passes. Under the current policy, that would be considered to be consumable. You took your car in, you didn't want to buy that squirt of WD-40, you didn't want to buy the hand cleaner that the mechanics use. And their items are typically lumped together in a type valuable shop supplies, that's a charge that the repair shop puts on your, bill, not itemized items, shop supplies, cover their cost for those items. Again, our policy is the tax should not be applied to that charge. We should be paying tax on the front end, not get it from the consumer. But I'm sure the industry will, want to say they want this change because they think it's confusion and now not everybody's on board with doing it the way we think. We've been saying since 1987 that it should be done.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Senator Martin.
Question, is there any risk that then the auto shop would change the policy and not charge shop supplies, but jack up the charge on the labor that they don't pay tax on to avoid anybody paying the tax on these items?
Every receipt I've ever seen has always had an itemized statement for shop supplies. I know Ann is here with the general auto dealer, and they, agree with this bill, which is simplifying the tax code and also making it easier on them.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Ann Gamarella with the Virginia Auto Dealers Association. This will add some clarity to what is in my daily life probably the questions I get asked the most are tax questions. And if it's unclear, the only safe route for the retailers is to collect the tax and remit it. If eventually they're told, oh, you should be collecting tax on that, at least then they're not liable for that taxes that they pay. But let me give you an example of one item that can be very confusing, windshield washer fluid. They may use some of it to clean their windshields on the cars on their lots. They may also use some of it in repairs. And so part of it, they have to accrue and pay taxes when they bought it, but then some of it, they'd be charging tax when they used it in a repair. It's a very confusing thing. This would just add a lot of clarity. As to the question about shop supplies versus labor rate, I can't imagine that in the competitive market, they'd just be able to willy-nilly raise the labor rate. Also, that would go, perhaps cause some difficulty in their personnel department if they're paying their technicians based on those hourly rates as well. So it would be a lot more complicated than just simply trying to raise one rate to offset a taxable item.
Okay, Senator Norman.
Mr. Chairman, having been in the business, I think this is a great idea.
Okay. Anybody else been in the business? I think this is a great idea. Okay, is there anyone here to speak in opposition to this bill?
I move.
Okay, motion properly supported to report the bill that is House Bill 1518. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, bill reported. Thank you, Delegate Meyer, appreciate that. Delegate Rush.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, good morning. I'm here on House Bill 2193, deals with business personal property. And it requires the locality to permit small business or business owners to provide an aggregate estimate of the total cost of all business personal property used. It would be an original cost of less than $500.
Okay, that looks like a good idea to me. What's the pleasure of the committee? Anybody here speaking in opposition to this bill? Motion properly supported to report House Bill 2193. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill is reported.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Okay, Hugo? Yes, sir.
Maybe more House Bill 1961.
House Bill 1961.
And what this bill does, Mr. Chairman, in 2015, there was a Supreme Court ruling that impacted the distribution of e-poll and the methodology which was done. A number of the counties that this was delaying in the remitting their money to the county, to the businesses, various businesses. What this bill is simply is it Department of Taxation to promulgate regulations that make sure that the e-poll fund or property owed will be remitted in a fair manner. It's supported by Northern Virginia Chamber, Northern Virginia Chamber, Fairfax, Prince William, Reston, Dell Street, Greater Prince William, Mount Vernon, and East Chamber. So,
Okay.
basically, this gets you to comply with the Supreme Court ruling 2 years ago.
All right. And
basically gonna have regulation that basically represents existing policy. That's the essence of it.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Your bill will cause a regulation to be adopted that basically represents existing policy that the department has.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. It's just to file the Supreme Court ruling in 2015.
Right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mark?
Mr. Chairman, Mark Atkins here. We had issued a ruling on how these receipts should be allocated or apportioned. It went through the courts. Ultimately, the Supreme Court upheld the methodology that the department had put forth in its ruling. So what we, what Delegate Hughes' bill would do would just require us to do a regulation that would set forth whatever rule it is and what the Supreme Court upheld. We don't have a problem with doing that. Probably a good idea.
Okay. Motion properly supported to report the bill, that is House Bill 1961. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Okay, those reported. Delegate Ware, I believe we've already reported the bill. Thank you. We have it?
It's in a different.
Is it?
Maybe we just do, Mr. Chairman, if we wait.
No, wait a minute, here.
It's similar, but not enough.
Oh, yeah, okay. I apologize. We had in an identical block, but it was, returning. Do we need to inform that one here, or?
Mr. Chairman, when the bills were amended, on their original House version, we made one small, we had one small difference online. If you look on line 73 of this bill, it refers to the chief executive officer of the Virginia Economic Development Partnership. The Senate version only referred to the Virginia Economic Development Partnership. So it's up to you if you want to leave this one and conform the Senate version. They probably need to be conformed, but it's very technical, so you don't probably just need to decide who's going to do the conforming, so we don't flip-flop.
What's your pleasure, Dr. Ware? You know what
Motion
you're
to committee.
Okay, have you already taken my bill on the other side, do you know?
I am not certain.
Okay, we have.
I don't believe we have.
Okay, so it would be, the fix should be here then, I suppose, we'll go
We
ahead.
can make the fix.
Okay, all right, you have a minute to offer then?
Yes, sir, on page 2, line 73, after the stricken words supplier diversity, strike chief executive officer of the.
Okay, is there a motion to accept that amendment? Is there a second? Is there a second? Okay. All those in favor of that amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. What's the pleasure then of the committee on the bill? House Bill 1814. Okay. There's a motion properly support the report, House Bill 1814. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Delegate Ware. Appreciate your attendance here this morning. Delegate Watson was signed up. Delegate Pease, you're here. I think we can handle Delegate Watson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, House Bill 1950. House Bill 1950 solves a problem for certain wholesalers who are having trouble getting refunds for local cigarette tax stamps that have been prepaid when the sale has not been effectuated, therefore making the tax not due. Tax is due upon sale. The state cigarette excise tax stamp is under current law allowed to be refunded to the wholesaler. And this just clarifies that that would be the case at the local level. I believe about 84 localities that have a local cigarette tax.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would be opposed to this bill? Anybody here supporting this bill? Okay. Looks like we've got an agreement on this bill. What's the pleasure of the committee? Motion properly supported to report House Bill 1950. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, bill supported. Thank you, Dr. Pease. House has a bill that is similar to a Senate bill, the only difference being that we put a sunset date on okay. All right, so second, motion properly supported to reform House Bill 2460 to Senate bill previously passed to the historic relocation tax credit. All those in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, what's the pleasure on the bill? Okay, motion properly supported to report House Bill 2460 as amended. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, that bill is reported. Senator Newman, I'll have to defer your adjustment on this bill. Okay, we're going to let, at the request of the Senate patron on this measure, we're going to let House Bill 2105 go out for the day. All right. Any further business come before the committee? Is that clear? Okay, at this point, all right, good, we're on.
I'm not aware of it.